Hi, good morning and welcome to another recipe on Rob Kennedy Cooking. It's a Wednesday and what a better thing to do than to get your kitchen smelling of sticky apples, caramel, puff pastry, vanilla. Yes, we're going to make my perfect, quite simple tart tatin. So first of all, get yourselves a pan on the gas, and what you're going to do is add some vanilla. I'm going to put a split vanilla pod and a star anise into your pan. Then I've got some chilled butter, around about 50 grams. So we're going to pop that in just to start melting. And what will happen, that vanilla and star anise will start to flavour in that butter as well. So just control the heat, so the butter's just softening. And then what you're going to do is get yourself some Granny Smith apples. These are quite sour, but they work tremendous with this sticky sugar. You need to peel your apples, then I put a bit of lime on the top just to stop them going too brown. And then what you need to do is core them, so take all the seeds out and the actual core in the middle, and then literally with the cheek kind of break it in half. And with the curved bit, that's the bit that goes in to your pan now with your butter, your star anise and your vanilla. And what will happen now, your kitchen will start to smell of apples softening, which is absolutely delicious. Can't think of a better thing on a Wednesday morning. We've done a lot of meat dishes lately, so I'm really going to try and push for some nice desserts and give you lots of opportunity to cook many different great recipes, and that's what we're here for. So this just now goes into the second layer, so we're coming round again, and then with a little bit in the middle we just use up these last pieces of apple, and they just snap in half as well. Just make sure, obviously, all the skin's off and all of them pips, been discarded. I would turn up the heat slightly because we want to start it cooking a little bit quicker now. So that's the apples, the butter, the star anise, and the vanilla. The vanilla obviously is split in half, so all them seeds pop out. Now, this is dark muscadavo sugar. So sticky. I mean, if you love sugar, you've got a really sweet tooth, then this is the recipe for you. And what we do is we get around about 150 grams. And where that butter's bubbling with that apple, you just crumble it on the top. Like that. There we go. Just crumble it all the way around. And these little kind of sticky rocks of sugar will just drop into the gaps around that apple, and now you'll get to start to smell toffee. You'll get to smell like a toffee apple in your kitchen, and that's what we want. So that's just cooking nicely. Just give that, and what will happen now, that sugar will start to melt and get a lovely toffee. So to go on the top of this tart tatin, which is in effect an upside down tart, so the pastry is on the top and then we turn it out a little bit later, we're going to use some puff pastry. Now, interestingly, this puff pastry is gluten free, so you can be a bit diverse with this recipe. You can use a full fat puff pastry, or you can be suitable for dietaries and then get the gluten free puff pastry. So I'm taking off the edges just so we end up with a little bit of an oval, and I want to be quite generous with this pastry. So by no means you don't have to cut a perfect circle. You're just taking the edges off, but these, keep them, bake them, roll them in cheese, have them as little dips. That's another little recipe. So get your puff pastry, pop it now onto your frying pan. You can turn the heat off at this stage because the pan and the butter is so hot. And what you're going to do is tuck this puff pastry in like it's a big, big pie. Now what will happen, these extra bits will just go crunchy, and they'll be lovely around the outside of the tart. So that's the lid on. There we go. And now we're just going to give a little bit of air, a little bit of breathing space for them delicious apples. And now that's ready to pop into an oven, set at 180, so preheated, for half an hour. And then it just starts to bake, and then you're going to get your kitchen smelling great. Okay, so I cooked one earlier for half an hour. the pastry's lovely and crunchy, and underneath, fingers crossed, is this delicious soft apple that's absolutely smothered in a sticky toffee sauce. So we're going to give it a go. Now you have to be careful with this because it is turning, in effect, the tart upside down. So, you know, don't do it to an audience like I am. And here we go after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. Now, hopefully, nothing has stuck. And what we end up with is that steamy, lovely, sticky toffee apple tart tatin. There we go. I'm going to come round and just give you a close-up now, just so you can have a look. And that toffee is just all dripping around the outside. One thing you need to remember to do is obviously eventually remove the vanilla and that star anise. Here we go. Let's come round and just have a look at that. Now that is my Wednesday. There you go. The pastry, sticky toffee apples, and look, you can see all that toffee sauce in the bottom. Now have a great Wednesday morning. Enjoy this. Get your kitchen smelling great. And we'll be back on the channel, Rob Kennedy Cooking, on Saturday morning at 11. Have a super day.